Greetings, and ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video here on the SSA Philosophy channel, where we, of course, dive right on into the philosophy of characters from video games to TV shows to movies, etc., etc. Now, of course, in today's video, we are going to be going over the philosophy of the character known as Poe. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, as always, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get started into this bad boy here today. So, as always, ladies and gentlemen, as we love to do, we're going to go out and give ourselves a brief introduction to the character themselves, as we always love to do on this channel. So, of course, introduction to the character Poe. So, Poe, the central character in the DreamWorks Kung Fu Panda franchise. Now, basically, he is an anomaly in every sense. Really, you see a giant panda, with a passion for Kung Fu and also on pretty much an even, like, say, bigger appetite, pretty much has like a bigger appetite for noodles. Now, Poe disrupts the tranquility of the Valley of Peace pretty much with his clumsy yet enthusiastic presence. Now, Poe was, of course, abandoned as a baby and, of course, raised by, Mr. Ping, who was a kind goose who runs the tastiest noodle shop in the valley. Now, despite his love, for his pretty much for his adoptive father, and the culinary haven, Poe yearn now pretty much Poe he yearns like say for a life beyond, serving dumplings. Really, his true desire lies in the Jade Palace, the home of the legendary Furious Five and their stun master, Shifu. Master Shifu. Now, Kung Fu isn't really just, say, a fascination for Poe, but really it's a burning passion fueled by the endless hours spent studying scrolls and mimicking, the moves that he's only seen. Now, Poe's journey from noodle chef to dragon warrior really I would say is really is an underdog story. Filled with humor and heart. Now, really in the first film of the Kung Fu Panda franchise, really through a hilarious twist, of fate, Poe is unexpectedly chosen by Grandmaster Oogway, the wise turtle who leads the valley. Pretty much to fulfill the ancient prophecy of the dragon warrior. And this election, it actually throws Shifu into a tizzy, because Poe overall is everything a dragon warrior shouldn't be. And what in this case shouldn't be is overweight, clumsy, and lacking in discipline. Now, Shifu reluctantly, takes on, like, say, the monumental task of transforming this enthusiastic fan, this fanboy of Kung Fu into a Kung Fu master. And really, it's a journey, that is fraught with hilarious mishaps and clashes between Poe's unconventional methods and, Shifu's, traditional approach. Now, Poe's strength really it lies, really Poe's strength, I would say, it lies not just in his physical prowess, which he does develop tremendously throughout the series, but really in his unwavering belief in himself and the power of Kung Fu. Now, Poe is a dreamer with an infectious enthusiasm that inspires those around him. And really, I would say that Poe's journey is really one of self discovery because as he learns, that true inner peace comes not from fulfilling a prophecy, but really from embracing who you really are and using your unique talents for good. And really, as the series progresses, Poe, of course, takes on the mantle of Dragon Warrior, with increasing confidence because he faces new challenges, greater villains, and even internal, like, say, struggles as he grapples with his past and destiny. And really, through it all, Poe remains the heart of the story, really a beacon of optimism and humor who reminds us that everyone, even an unlikely panda, with a noodle obsession really can achieve greatness. So of course we're gonna go on ahead and get into the philosophy of Poe. And of course, this is something I like to call Poe, the accidental auteur of Kung Fu. So Poe, this panda from Kung Fu, really I would say he is really an unlikely champion. A dreamer that is trapped in a noodle loving body. But really I would say that Poe's journey, really it embodies a unique creative philosophy, one with inner passion that is combined with embracing the unexpected, that pretty much leads to a revolutionary path. So really, we're gonna dive right into the key tenets of Poe's creative philosophy. And here are these tenets. So the first tenet we're gonna focus into is, of course, the first one, passion as fuel. Now the thing is that Poe, his love for Kung Fu, it burns brightly. even if his physique seems unfit. And really, this unwavering passion, it really fuels his dedication, pushing him to overcome the physical limitations and learn from the masters. So really, Poe, like really, his love for kung fu is infectious. As I stated before, because he devours scrolls, he watches the Furious Five train with wide-eyed wonder, and even attempts, often clumsily at times, to mimic their moves. And really, this enthusiasm, really, it becomes his driving force. One that's pushing him to overcome his physical limitations. And the thing about Poe is that, he faces really all the constant, doubt and ridicule for really being an out of shape panda chosen for a prestigious role. Yet his passion, I would say it translates into unwavering determination. Because really, Poe, and this is what I like about Poe a lot, is really the fact that he never really gives up, even when he is faced with the setbacks and disapproval of other people. And the thing is that, while really, facing all of this, and of course, my apologies, for the typo. Of course, there, basically says the same thing, but my apologies. But really, but yes, but Poe's passion, really, it isn't say, just really about, blind excitement, but really it feels like, say, his desire to learn and to grow, because he throws himself into training, absorbing really every lesson, from Shifu, the wise master, and this passion really it becomes the engine that really allows him to hone his skills and also to develop his potential. So really Poe's journey, really his journey teaches us that, passion isn't just a feeling, but really it's a powerful force, that it can fuel our determination and ignite our potential and push us to achieve what we once thought impossible. So just like Poe, we can all like pretty much we can all tap into like that burning desire, to find our own inner dragon warrior, to find our own path that we can carve for ourselves. And of course, another tenet we want to dive right on into the philosophy of Poe is really the unlikely student. So the thing is that Poe isn't really like say a prodigy, that's chosen for greatness, but really he's the underdog. He's the outsider. And really this challenges the traditional kung fu narrative and really suggests that greatness can arise from the most unexpected places. Now, the thing about Poe in this case is that, he wasn't sculpted, for Kung Fu because he was overweight, he was clumsy, out of shape, yet he possessed an unwavering passion and a genuine desire to learn. And really, his journey, it teaches us that greatness doesn't require, like, say, starting as the perfect mold, but really it's about acknowledging our shortcomings and striving to improve with dedication and heart. And really, despite his shortcomings, like his dedication to kung fu training was unwavering because really he embraced the rigorous routines, the grueling challenges thrown his way by the Furious Five. And this highlights really the importance of discipline and achieving mastery because inner peace, it isn't the absence of struggle, but it's the ability to find calm amidst the chaos of learning and growth. And also another thing is that Poe his self doubt was always like say a constant hurdle for him. However, though the unwavering faith of Master Shifu, the Furious Five, and eventually himself, it really placed him in him really placed in him became his greatest strength. And really, this emphasizes the power of belief, both internal and external. Because when we believe in ourselves and we have others who believe in us, we can tap into hidden potential, learning from failure, and really when it comes to like learning from failure, because Poe's journey was riddled with mistakes and failures, and, I mean, like he fumbled techniques, he messed up missions, and constantly felt like an outsider looking in. Yet he never let these setbacks define him, but instead he learned from each misstep, using them as stepping stones on his path to mastery. And really, this highlights the importance of embracing failure as a teacher and not a roadblock. So really compassion, really, when it really comes to like, to pose compassion, and using that compassion as a source of strength, really Poe's most potent weapon, it wasn't really physical strength, because see, compassion, that was like, say, what Poe really, I would say in this case, that's his biggest strength. In my opinion, I would say that was his biggest strength because he saw the good in everyone, even his own adversaries, like even the most like say evil of adversaries that he's gone up against, he still saw the good in them, still saw that there was some good left within them. And really it allowed him to find solutions like, through understanding, rather than brute force. And really, I think what this teaches us is that it teaches us that true strength lies not just in your physical prowess, but also in our capacity for empathy and understanding. So really, Poe's story, really it's a timeless reminder that greatness isn't limited to the chosen few, but really is a testament to the transformative power of dedication, self-belief, and the unwavering support of those who believe in us. And even the most unlikely student can achieve extraordinary things with the right mindsets and really a dash of kung fu spirit. Now, another tenet we want to go right on ahead and dive into is something overall known as inner peace through movement. Now, really, Poe's journey, really is, as I said before, it's all about self discovery, about him mastering Kung Fu. And really, through his training, he learns to channel his inner turmoil and clumsiness into a unique fighting style, proving that, Kung Fu is not simply just about physical prowess, but really it's about the inner harmony. And really, when it comes like to Poe, really kung fu, it wasn't just about fancy kicks, but really it was about being present in the moment. Letting his body move, intuitively. Because as he mastered the Furious Five, the styles of kung fu, he learned to quiet his mind and focus on the flow of his own movements. And this focus, it really became a form of meditation. Calming the whirlwind of thoughts in his head. And really, training, for Poe, like training was tough because it demanded discipline and really, pushing Poe, like, say, to his own limits. But really, within that discipline, he found a release, like, sweat became, like, say, a weight to wash away the worries. And the physical exertion, pretty much the physical exertion, helped him clear his mind and allowed him to access a deeper sense of peace that lingered after training was done. So really, Kung Fu, it wasn't just about fighting, but really it was about understanding himself. Because as he honed his skills, he learned to listen to his body and he also discovered how his emotions affected his movements and how his own movements could influence his emotions. And really, this connection, it helped him become more mindful, fostering a more, say, sense of inner peace. And of course, let's not forget this, but like let's not forget the fact overall about about the fun of it, because the thing is like Poe, he loved kung fu. Like he loved kung fu. Like from a very early age, from a very young age at that fact, he loved kung fu. So really like this joy of movement, the thrill of a perfect maneuver, the laughter that he shared with his friends. These all I mean, really all of these they filled his spirit. And really this positive energy, filled it really filled his inner peace, reminding him of the simple pleasures in life. So really Poe, his path really teaches us that inner peace isn't just about sitting still, but really it's about finding a movement practice that brings us joy, that brings us focus and a deeper connection really to ourselves. So in this case, I say put on your favorite playlist, take a walk in nature, or find a dance style that speaks to you. Move your body, find your flow, and discover the inner peace waiting to be unleashed. And also another tenet also to focus on, it really is embracing the unorthodox. Now, Poe's unkung fu form, initially it clashes a lot with the master's traditional styles, but really by embracing his clumsiness and the love of dumplings, he creates, like, say, this innovative fighting style that really ultimately triumphs. Because really, this highlights the power of creativity that comes from breaking the mold. Now, see, Poe, he challenges the preconception of a dragon warrior. Like he's overweight, like I said, he's overweight, he's clumsy, and he comes from a background far removed from Kung Fu. And really, what this does is that this subverts the hero's archetype, demonstrating that greatness can come from unexpected places. And really, Poe's fighting style, like really, I would say his fighting style is very much, I would say, is a chaotic blend of noodle making techniques, belly flops, and sheer enthusiasm. Because really, it defies the structured forms of the Furious Five, creating a more unique and unpredictable approach, you know. And Poe, like, he finds this focus and this inner peace through his love of food, a stark contrast to the more, meditative approaches of his peers. And really, what this highlights is, this highlights that enlightenment can be found in unconventional ways. And really, Poe's journey, I would say, it teaches us really this. This is what his journey teaches us. It teaches us that really strength comes in all forms. Because the thing is that we don't need to fit a mold to be exceptional. Because really, our unique strengths and our quirks can be the very tools for our success. And another thing is that we also can think outside the box, because the thing about established traditions, because see, established traditions, they are valuable. Yes, they are valuable, but sometimes innovation and unorthodox approaches can lead to breakthroughs. And also, most importantly, embrace your uniqueness. So really, don't be afraid to be different, because really, your individuality, it can be your greatest asset. So always remember that. Embrace your uniqueness. Don't be afraid to be different, people. Do not be afraid to ever in your life be different at all whatsoever. So really, Poe's story, really, it is a testament to the power of really embracing the unorthodox, because really it reminds us that true potential, it can be found in the unexpected, and that the greatest victories often come from those who dare to be different. And also another tenet also to focus on is really the student becomes the master. So really, through sheer passion and unconventional methods, Poe not only masters kung fu but also inspires his fellow Furious Five. Now, really, this emphasizes the idea that true mastery involves not just perfecting a form, but also inspiring and influencing others with your unique perspective. Now, the thing is that, Poe having, like, say, honed his skills and inner peace, it really might face a situation where Master Shifu may need to take a step back. You know, he needs to take a step back, basically. Perhaps a new threat emerges, or Shifu encounters a personal challenge. Poe, now a confident master himself, would pretty much take on the mantle of teacher for the first time, likely with the Furious Five. Now, Poe's journey challenges the traditional notion of a master, because he wasn't the most disciplined student, relying on his enthusiasm and unconventional methods. And as a teacher, really as a teacher, I would say that Poe, he might emphasize the importance really of finding your own path within the framework of Kung Fu. Because he, like, say, I guess, he would like, encourage his students to really like embrace their strengths and their quirks, mirroring his own journey. And also, Poe, like, his teaching, it wouldn't be like, say, a one-way street, because he learned from his students too. Their questions and their perspectives might challenge his own understanding of Kung Fu, forcing him, to grow further. And really, this highlights the pretty much this, like, say, cyclical nature of learning, where the student becomes a master, who in turn becomes a student again. Now, really, Poe's love for Kung Fu, it really stemmed from its joy and its spectacle. Because as a teacher, he'd incorporate, like, say, that sense of fun into his training. Like, he might even develop, say, unorthodox but maybe, say, effective training methods, inspired by his noodle making past or his love for dumplings. Now, this lighthearted approach would resonate with students and create a more, say, inclusive learning environment. And really, when it comes down to it, really all the films, really all the films, I would say, really they all explore, Poe integrating the Furious Five's unique styles into his teaching, because each member embodies a, say, specific fighting style and philosophy. Because Poe respecting their expertise could allow them to mentor students alongside him, and pretty much creating a well-rounded training experience. So ultimately, Poe's philosophy, this part of his philosophy, the student becomes a master, really emphasizes the ongoing nature of learning. Because really, it's a testament to the idea that true mastery, it lies not just in skill, but in the ability to share knowledge, to adapt, and to learn from those around you. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, that of course is the conclusion here of this presentation here today. But overall, the thing is that Poe's story, it isn't just about becoming the Dragon Warrior, but really it's about the transformative power of embracing your passions, learning from unexpected sources, and carving your path, really your own path to greatness. Because really, Poe, he's the accidental auteur, proving that anyone with enough passion and a dash of clumsiness can become, say, a creative force. And really, Poe, like the enthusiastic and ravenous panda from the Kung Fu Panda franchise, really he's more than just a clumsy dreamer. But really his journey, his journey like throughout the films, it takes him from being like say an unlikely candidate to a legendary dragon warrior, you know, leaving a lasting mark on the Valley of Peace. And really Poe, like his beginnings, are humble. Raised by a goose father who runs a noodle shop. Poe isn't like say built for the rigors of kung fu training, but his passion for the art form is undeniable. And really this passion, fueled by like a genuine belief in himself and a deep respect for kung fu masters like Shifu, is ultimately what sets him apart. Because when chosen as a dragon warrior, the prophesized, hero, destined to wield the power of the dragon scroll, Poe faces disbelief and resistance. However, though, really through his unwavering optimism and infectious enthusiasm and willingness to learn, Poe overcomes these obstacles. And really, and like I said before, like his journey is one of self discovery because he constantly grapples with self doubt, questioning if he truly deserves the title of Dragon Warrior. Yet with each challenge, Poe embraces his unique strengths. And really, he isn't the strongest. Like, that's the thing. Poe, like, he isn't the strongest or the most agile, but his unconventional thinking and his enormous heart allow him to find solutions that others miss. So really, he sees the good. Really, he sees the good in everyone, even his adversaries. And really, this unwavering belief in the potential for good, it really fuels his heroism. So really, Poe's impact on the Furious Five, really the elite group of kung fu masters, is undeniable because initially they view him with disdain, a clumsy outsider who has no place among their ranks. However, though, thing about Poe is like he doesn't see the Furious Five as idols, but as mentors and friends. Like his enthusiasm and unwavering support gradually, break down their walls, reminding them of the joy and purpose, inherent in Kung Fu. And really, in turn, the Furious Five, really, they teach Poe, valuable lessons in discipline and focus and the true meaning of inner peace. And really, their bond, I would say, becomes a testament to the power of friendship and teamwork. And Poe's growth really, I would say, extends beyond the realm of kung fu. Because really, he learns to balance his duties as a dragon warrior with his love for his father and his life in the Valley of Peace. Because really, he reconciles his past with his present, discovering his true heritage and learning to embrace both his panda nature and his role as dragon warrior. Ultimately, though, Poe becomes not just a master of kung fu, but really, I would say, a symbol of hope, inspiration, and the potential for greatness that lies within us all. So really, as the Kung Fu Panda franchise, as it progresses, of course, in the movie, so really in the fourth movie, I think in the franchise of Kung Fu Panda, Poe takes on the mantle of teacher, passing on his knowledge and wisdom to a new generation. And really, he faces new challenges that test his strength and compassion. But he does so with the same enthusiasm and belief in himself that propelled him from noodle loving fan to legendary dragon warrior master. So really, Poe's story is a timeless reminder that true greatness lies not in our origins or our physical attributes, but in the strength of our spirit, the depth of our compassion, and the unwavering belief that anything is possible, even for a clumsy panda who just wants to be a part of something bigger than himself. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that of course is the end of this video here today. And of course, if you like this video and you want to continue to keep seeing more videos on the channel, of course, don't forget to like, to comment, subscribe for more explorations into the minds of your favorite characters on the channel, and also hit the hit the notification bell as well too to stay updated on my latest videos as well too. And with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope and I pray that each and every single one of you to all have a beautiful, hopeful, and blissful day today. And always remember, ladies and gentlemen, always remember to always be smooth, to always be steady, and to always be aggressive. Peace.